Hello there everyone, and welcome to another edition of Lydia's Crafty Corner with me, Lydia, in my little crafty corner. So today we are going to be adding some extra texture to washi tape backgrounds. So to start with, I have a number of different washi tapes from old to new. Now these are the slim ones, and I'm going to be using a number of different washi tapes from different sets. So I'm using the red from the Red Sunset, the green from the Green Valley, the pink I've taken from the Cherry Blossom set, and then the two lagoon colours I'm going to be using from the Seashores. So once I have picked my beautiful colours of washi tape, I'm then going to add these onto a card panel. So my card panel is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the washi and I'm just going to create a kind of a thick border using these strips of these. I am placing these right next to one another. I then decided this one was going to be a little bit too light, so I did swap that out for the Volcano Lake one. So you know me, I do love my lagoon, so I had to have two of them in my little retro Christmas colour combo. So I'm just adding these in no really particular order. I'm just placing them down when I pick them up and then just adding those into place. So once I'm happy with the amount that I have on here, I'm then going to pick up the whole panel and fold the little bits of washi tapes that are hanging over the side round the back of the panel. So this is going to keep them nice and secure on our little white panel that we have here. So I'm just going to lift that up and then just fold them all over, and they will stick nicely. I love how these tear really easily and fold really easily too. So once I finished with my first panel, I then decided I should make some more. So I added the first one on kind of a diagonal on the first panel. For the second one, I'm just going to go straight the way down, nice and vertical here. I'm going to be adding less of the strips to this one because I find that just adding kind of a third of the colour onto the panel works really well. So it's a little bit more happier for the eye rather than having a really thick banner there. I'm then going to move on to a third one, and again, just as before, I'm just going to line these up onto my little panel nice and straight. You can use a ruler, or you could also use the grid lines on your little mat if you have a mat under you like I do here. I'm just using those lines just to make sure that everything is nice and straight. So once I have my 3 panels done, I can then go ahead and start adding a little bit of texture to these. So I'm going to take the Geo Diamonds 3D embossing folder. Now I was going to kind of emboss the whole of the background, but I then decided just to kind of add a border to the side. So I'm just lining up the edge of the washi tape with the edge of the embossing on the folder, and then I'm just going to run all of them through my machine. So I'm doing them all in the exact same way. Once I have all of my pretty panels done, I'm then going to take a nail file, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take off the top edge of the washi tape off the kind of embossing that we have here. So the sandpaper on the nail file will just take off that top layer and then give you a really beautiful kind of white out look on the embossing, just to give a little bit more detail and interest to the panels there. I do love that little white poking through. You could do this with maybe some white ink, but I do find that just taking that top layer off with the nail file works a little bit better, and it's also not going to smudge as well. So once I have my 3 panels, I can then go ahead and kind of cut some embellishments. So I'm going to be using the Festive Florets for this, and I'm just going to cut these out of white cardstock. Now I did lose the footage of cutting this, but I did cut 3 of these and then got rid of all of the inline pieces. And I'm just using some Obsidian ink for this. If you wanted to, you could definitely mix this up by using some red inks or even some greens or blues as well, as to kind of match that washi tape. So I have added all of my little panels onto 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card bases. They are white, but again, if you wanted to, you could definitely add these onto coloured card bases as well. So I have my die cut pieces there. I have added a little bit of foam tape behind the sentiment circle, and I'm just using the adhesive on the little foam pads on the sentiment to kind of keep my embellishment down, that die cut embellishment that we have there. So I'm just popping those into place and then popping my sentiment circles on top of those just to keep them nice and secure. So here are all of the cards complete. I love how these turned out, and I do find that this is a really great way to make lots of holiday cards at a time. So I really do hope that you like the cards and that you've enjoyed the video as well. If you do create a card that was inspired by this, it'd be great if you do share, because we'd love to see. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again really soon. Bye-bye. Hello there, crafty friend, Lydia here. Just popping in to say that you can get your daily dose of crafting tips, techniques, and tutorials just like this by subscribing to the Altenew YouTube channel. All you need to do is click on that little bell up there and you will never miss a video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.